Hello, and thank you so much for joining me. My name's Rebecca, and welcome to this gentle morning Pilates flow to help you wake up your body, improve mobility, and create calm, steady energy for the day ahead. You don't need any equipment, just your body and your breath. If you have a mat, great, or you could use a towel or just lie on the carpet. So let's get going. We're going to come down to lie on your back with your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor, and your feet are hip width apart. We're going to place your hands onto your ribs. Take a deep breath in to expand the ribs. Feel them open up as the air flows into the body. And then as you breathe out, feel the ribs draw into the body as you let go of all of your air. Then breathe in again to expand. And breathe out to draw them in. So we're going to add in a pelvic tilt with this as well. Breathe in to expand, and breathe out, draw the ribcage in and start to tilt the pelvis, imagining that you're squashing an imaginary chocolate button underneath your lower back. Draw tummy button towards your spine and lift up pelvic floor at the same time. Now there is quite a lot of things to remember, so we're going to practice it a few times. So we breathe in to release that chocolate button, expanding the ribcage. Breathing out through the mouth, draw the ribcage in as the air comes out. Tilt the pelvis, squash the imaginary chocolate button underneath your lower back, lift up pelvic floor, and feel your core muscles start to switch on and engage. We're starting to switch on the deep core and the nervous system. Breathing in again to expand. Breathing out to draw the ribcage in, tilt the pelvis, squash that imaginary button underneath your lower back, lift up pelvic floor at the same time. Breathe in to expand and release the pelvis. Let's go for 2 more times. Breathing out to draw the ribs in, tilt the pelvis, squash that imaginary chocolate button underneath your lower back, lift up pelvic floor, and it feels like you're lifting a hot air balloon up inside your tummy. It's not just a clenching feeling like you're holding in a wee, it's actually a lifting feeling. Breathing in to expand and release. And breathing out one last time to draw the ribcage in, draw tummy button towards your spine, lift up pelvic floor. Keep breathing out until all your air is gone. Give yourself a bit of a prod. See that your core muscles are starting to switch on. Nervous system starting to wake up as well. And we breathe in to release and open up. So then I'm going to encourage you to place your hands onto your lower tummy, or you can place one on your tummy and one on your ribcage, whichever feels best for you. We're going to move into a single leg lift. So we're going to take a deep breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, draw the ribcage in, tilt the pelvis, pressing lower back down towards the ground whilst keeping a natural curve. And then when you're there, lift your right leg up into a tabletop. Breathe in to drop it down. Breathing out to lift the other side. Finding the control through the core. Drawing tummy button towards your spine. Knees above the hip at 90 degrees if you can. Breathing in to come back down, breathing out to lift. Before you move, find your control. So tilt the pelvis, engage the core. This is about control, not about effort. We're waking up the deep core. We're waking up your nervous system. We're getting everything to work well and effectively. Breathing in to prepare, breathing out. Tilt the pelvis, draw tummy button towards your spine. Switch on those core muscles to bring the leg up into a tabletop. Coming back down again. Breathing in to prepare, breathing out, tilt the pelvis, engage the core and lift up into that single-legged tabletop. Breathing in to come back down. Breathing out, lift. Breathing in to control and gently place it back down. So then we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to take a deep breath in to prepare. Breathing out to tilt the pelvis, lower back goes down towards the floor, draw tummy button towards your spine, lifting the right leg up into tabletop. Now you can keep with the single-legged if you wish. If you want to though, we're going to do a swift swap in the air. So we breathe out, to swap. Remember control, breathing in to prepare. Breathing out, tilt the pelvis, lower back goes down towards the floor. Once you've got your control, the core is switched on, then you can swap your legs. Use your whole out breath, breathing in to prepare. Breathing out to swap. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out to swap. Now remember, this is not necessarily about effort. This is about control and switching on the deep core stabilizing muscles, the ones that help your body to move well. Finding a really good technique in the beginning is going to set you up for strong, deep core and better exercises later. Doing the move on the out breath, breathing in to prepare, breathing out to change. And bringing both feet down onto the floor. Great. So let's move on to your glute bridge. We're going to take your hands down by your sides for this one. Open the shoulders, pressing the back of the shoulders down into the ground. And we're going to really articulate the spine for this move. So we're going to, first of all, tilt the pelvis just like we did in the beginning for your out breath, pressing the imaginary chocolate button underneath your lower back. Breathing in to release. Breathing out to tilt, draw ribcage in towards the spine, draw tummy button towards your spine, lift up pelvic floor, control, breathing in to release. Now that's the beginning of your glute bridge. We're going to make it a bit bigger now. So we're going to tilt the pelvis on your out breath, draw tummy button towards your spine, then lift the bum up off the floor, pushing through the heels. Hips come up towards the sky, opening the front of the hips, and then gently rolling yourself back down, feeling each vertebrae tap down onto the floor as you roll back down towards the ground, really articulating the spine as much as we can. This is brilliant when you feel particularly stiff in the morning. So keep going with your rolling up and rolling down. Now, if you notice that the knees flare out to the side as you get to the top, imagine you're hugging a balloon between your knees to keep the knees, the ankles, and the hips in line. We're pushing through the heels at the top and squeezing the glutes, keeping length in your lower back so the height comes from the hips. We're opening up the front of the hips instead of the height coming from the back and the belly. And we're going to do 2 more exactly the same. Tilt the pelvis, draw tummy button towards your spine, breathe out to lift. Breathing in to come back down. And we've got 1 more. We tilt the pelvis, breathing out, lifting, pushing through the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top, and then rolling yourself all the way back down again. Beautiful for the spine, first thing in the morning. So let's now come onto your side for some hip mobility. We're going to take the elbow underneath the shoulder, or if you prefer, you can come down onto your hand, whichever you prefer. But wherever you are, you want to still feel lifted through the core. So you want to try and avoid letting it become lazy. So we're lifting up through the core here. We're going to bend the lower leg slightly and extend the top leg. The top leg starts in line with the body. We're going to flex the foot and turn the toe down towards the floor. So we've got a long line through the body, from the head, through the shoulders, the hips, all the way down to your heels. So we're going to lift and lower that top leg. We're leading with the heel, pushing out through the heel and engaging down the side of the leg, working on our hip stability, our functional strength. This is really good Pilates for everyday life. You really want to feel warm but not drained as we just wake up the body first thing in the morning, leading through the heel. So we're going to do 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. Then we're going to draw a circle, so we bring the heel forwards, up, back, down, and around. Let's do 1 more. Leading with the heel still, and then we change direction, taking it back. Just a small circle, mobilizing from the hip and keeping the core strong and stable. Well done. Let's flip onto your front now. Hands underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. We're going to move into your cat and cow. So we're going to breathe out to push the floor away. The chin comes towards the chest, tummy button lifts up towards the spine, and tailbone goes down towards the floor. Then we breathe in to reverse in the opposite direction, melting the heart to the floor. Rolling the shoulders back and down away from the ears, tailbone up to the sky, opening up the chest. Then breathing out to push the floor away again. Opening between the shoulder blades, chin comes to the chest, tummy button up towards the spine, tailbone down towards the floor. And then breathe in to reverse, opposite direction. Then we're going to come back to your flat back. So in a flat back, the pelvis is tilted slightly. So you've got length in the lower back, but tummy muscles are engaged. We're going to extend the right leg, keeping the hips as parallel to the floor as you possibly can. Then as you breathe out, lifting the right leg up off the floor, keeping your stability if possible. Activating the right glute, pointing out through the toe, feeling long through the leg. Now take a deep breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, reach away with your left arm and holding it, taking a deep breath in through the nose, breathing out, feel like somebody's pulling your fingertips away from your toes, feeling strong, keeping length in the lower back, hips and shoulders parallel with the floor. One last breath, deep breathe out. Feel how the muscles contract deeper as you breathe out. Then breathe in to come back down. Then we're going to go on to the other side. So we take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt the pelvis, lengthen lower back, extending the left leg, keeping the toe on the floor for now. This is really good for activating the glutes and the deep core at the same time. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lifting the left leg up off the floor. Already feel those core muscles working. The body's warming up. We're not feeling exhausted. We're just getting warm and activating. Then take another deep breath in. As you breathe out, extend your right arm away. So we've got opposite arm to leg. Taking deep breaths in through the nose, breathing out to keep length in the lower back. Feel like somebody's pulling your fingertips away from your toes. Breathing in again. Breathing out. And bringing everything back down to the ground. Well done. Let's do a couple more cat and cow. So we breathe out to push the floor away. Chin comes to the chest, tailbone comes down towards the floor. Then we breathe in to reverse in the opposite direction. Shoulders come away from the ears, tailbone up to the sky, melt the heart towards the floor. Then coming back to your flat back. We're going to go on to the other side. I'm going to flip. You can roll if you want to. And we're going to take the elbow underneath the shoulder, or again, if you prefer to bring your head down onto your hand, you absolutely can. Wherever you are, you want to try and avoid this banana shape. Lift up the core, activate these core muscles here. The lower leg stays bent to give you stability, and the top leg is going to extend, flexing the foot, toe goes down towards the floor, and we start with the leg in line with the body. So let's lift and lower that leg up towards the sky, keeping a long line from the heel through the hip up towards your shoulder, pushing out through the heel and keeping lifted through the side. Let's do 2 more. Hopefully getting nice and warm. Then we're going to draw a circle so the heel comes forwards, up and around, and one more time, forwards, up and around, and then changing direction, taking it back, up and around, and one last time. Beautiful. So let's go back onto your hands and knees for your cat and cow position. We're going to breathe out to push the floor away again, bringing the chin to the chest. Then we breathe in to reverse in the opposite direction, melting the heart to the floor. Shoulders drop down away from the ears, tailbone goes up towards the sky. Breathing out to push the floor away one more time and pushing yourself back towards your heels just to extend the legs. We're going to lift the heels up off the floor and then push into the ground to lift your hips up towards the floor, pushing your heels gently down towards the ground. Let's walk the hands towards your feet into a forward fold, keeping the knees soft. So first thing in the morning, your body feels really stiff, generally in the backs of the legs and in the back as well. So keeping your knees nice and soft for now. Lift the tummy button up towards your spine. Every out breath, we're relaxing the head, we're relaxing the body. And if you want to fold your arms at this point just to hang off the hips, you absolutely can. So then we're going to drop the hands down towards the ground. We're going to bend the knees and slowly start to roll yourself up towards the sky, stacking the vertebrae one by one until your head is the last thing to fall on top, rolling your shoulders back and down at the top. We breathe in again. Breathe out, tuck the chin down towards the chest. Slowly start to roll yourself down. So let your shoulders and your arms drop first. Then your upper back, middle back. Draw tummy button towards your spine. Then folding over from the hips, keeping the knees soft. Back into this forward fold. Have a little wriggle if you want to. Give your arms a hug. Have a sway from side to side. Do what your body feels like it wants to do. Then we're going to bend the knees and slowly restack your spine until your head is the last thing to drop on top. Rolling your shoulders back and down at the top. Standing in a perfect posture with your feet underneath the hips, we're going to roll the shoulders forward, up, back, down, round in a nice big circle. Notice how your body feels now in comparison to the start. Hopefully feeling energized. We don't necessarily need caffeine for energy, we need movement. And we're going to finish with one big roll backwards, dropping the shoulders back and down away from the ears, creating space between the ear and the shoulders, standing tall through the spine. The spine is lengthened, tummy muscles are engaged, the body is warm. And I'm going to leave you here to continue with the rest of your day. This is the best way to start your day. If you enjoyed this gentle Pilates flow, I share a longer version of it with more difficult choices through my membership program. There's also other videos to watch as well. All the links are below in the description, and I really look forward for you to join me again soon.